What are you doing here? Go on, get out of it. Shoo, 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 shoo. Go on, get out. So, the Minions movie. As before, spoilers! So yes, I went to see the prequel movie to the Despicable Me 1 and 2 series, films of those names, and yeah, it was actually pretty enjoyable. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not a major fan of Despicable Me 1 or 2.
Ooh, you suck!
Whoa! Right, hold on a second. Look, the films were basically sold on the Minions. If you took them out of the film completely and just had Gru with the kids, it's a nice, like, heartwarming story of a guy who becomes, like, a surrogate father, or adopted father, rather. And that in and of itself is nice. But you wouldn't have half the jokes. The story in itself is not good enough to wrap up an hour-and-a-half film, even for a kids' movie. So the film starts with the Minions evolving from single-cell organisms to the sentient, asexual little kind of Simpsons reject things that they are. You get all the scenes that were in the first trailer. They're extended a little bit, and they're still really funny. The only problem I have with the opening is that for a film being a visual medium, they had completely needless voiceover, explaining exactly what you were seeing as you were seeing it. And then it pops up again for about 30 seconds near the end of the movie. And it's like, why? There was literally no point in that. You could have cut it out completely and it would have worked perfectly fine on its own. So, as we see in the trailer, after accidentally killing all of their masters, the Minions become completely aimless and just live in a nice little ice cave, all on their own, kind of dying of depression. Kids movie! Until Kevin decides to leave to find a boss, to give his tribe a sense of purpose and being. He's joined by Stuart and Bob, and I've got to say, these three Minions have completely distinct personalities, whereas in the previous two films, they're all kind of bland. Like, you can tell them apart because the animators have made each of them look slightly different, which kudos to them because there are so many of them. They managed to make them all look individual. But you don't really get a sense of character from any of them because they are just there for comedy relief. Whereas here you actually get personality, and it's really good to see. They end up going to a villain con, which is basically exactly as it sounds. A comic convention, but for villains, who are advertising their gadgets, their achievements, and recruiting. Here you meet Scarlet Overkill, who, like her name suggests, is completely over the top, with lots of explosions and gadgets and whatnot. Voiced by Sandra Bullock, she's quite entertaining, has slightly more of a motivation than Gru from the previous films, who... Gru just wants to be evil for the sake of evil. It's good being bad. Whereas Scarlet wants to be queen. She was born poor, and she has scraped and, backstabbed to get to be, super rich, super famous, super evil. And she just wants to fulfill every little girl's stereotypical dream of being a princess. That is essentially it. So she enrolls the Minions to steal the crown jewels for her so she can become queen, completely disregarding the actual structured government we have in this country. But, kids movie. And what follows is just a bunch of hijinks set to a really groovy soundtrack, nice visual comedy. There are a few jokes that are so awkward you make you laugh. But apart from that, it is quite enjoyable. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I give the film 3 out of 5 stars, because it's not an amazing piece of cinema, it's not a piece of Twilight rubbish, it is a nice, perfectly contained family film. I've been Sid, this has been my first film review. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like it, share, subscribe, retweet, and all that jazz. Please show your support, that'd be fantastic. And I hope to see you all very soon.